was really fun. I will be posting some of those pictures as soon as I get them back from the photographer. I was a bridesmaid, so we took some really, really fun pictures. And I will share those when they are available to me. And then after the wedding, I was house sitting for a week while my friend was on her honeymoon, and I got to film a video there. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to film no matter where I am. So I filmed there, and now I am here, back in my parents' house because the day after I got home to my home from house sitting, I got my wisdom teeth removed and had surgery on all 4 of my wisdom teeth. So it's been a very, very chaotic couple of weeks. It's been a chaotic summer, if I'm being honest. But yeah, so it's been a very hectic couple of weeks. I'm feeling better from my wisdom teeth procedure. It doesn't hurt to talk anymore, but you can probably still see some swelling in my cheeks. And I can't eat solid foods. I'm so ready to eat like a massive hamburger or something and fries. I've been eating only mac and cheese and mashed potatoes. So, but I love mac and cheese. I can't say anything bad. I think I still have some bruising, if you can see it on my jaw right here, but it's all going down. So, and that brings me to my next thing. This weekend is my pageant. Those of you that have been with me for a while, I just got something in my eye. I'm sorry if you saw me like freak out for a second. Anyways, my pageant is this weekend, so I will be gone for another 3 days for my pageant. So that's really exciting. I'm hoping that my bruising and swelling goes completely away by then, or else I'm gonna have to do some serious makeup. But I'm very excited, and I will also be sharing pictures from that as well. So, last thing. So I went to like my house, my actual house. I go there. I'm sorry. I'm so giddy, guys. I've missed you all. I've missed you all so much. I know like this is kind of a more lo-fi setting, I guess. But I've been really excited to get back on here and talk to you all. And please share how you're doing and what you've been up to in the comments. I very much enjoy hearing from you all and keeping up with you all. And I appreciate the love that you all have shown me, so. But yeah, okay, so I was at my house, and I live alone, right? So like, nobody was, like upkeeping. Like I had people house sitting for me while I was gone, taking care of my cats, my beloved babies. But I guess like they didn't really like clean. Anyways, I get home, right? And I'm cleaning, and there was a dead mouse. I'm not even kidding, a dead mouse in my pile of plushies. Like my finds it, I'll go ahead and get started on the case. Let me get my computer, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, I've got my computer here. So we will go ahead and jump right into the case. Thank you to the person who suggested it. And I also wanted to thank you guys for 3.6k subscribers. Like, mind is blown. I'm in disbelief, guys. I started my channel in December of 2023, so it hasn't even been that long. But the love you guys have shown me and the support you all have shown me is so appreciated. I love every single one of you, and I am so excited, so thank you so much. Let me know if I can do like some sort of a celebration for that. Okay, so Morgan Nick is the little girl we're going to be talking about today. Morgan was 6 years old when she went missing from a Little League baseball game in Alma, Arkansas in the year 1995. This investigation is still open. They have never closed this case. Morgan Chantel Nick was born on September 12th of 1988 to her parents Colleen and John Nick. She had 2 younger siblings, a brother named Logan and baby sister Taryn. She grew up in Ozark, Arkansas, which is described as a very beautiful town. Morgan was described by her mom as a very shy and quiet little girl who did not talk to strangers. Around family and close friends, she was very goofy, sweet, and open. She adored cats, and she even adopted a foster kitten that she fell in love with, and this kitten slept with her every single night. Her mom said, quote, "She was a Girl Scout. She thinks bubblegum is a food group, and she didn't like to run and play outside because it made her sweat. When she grew up, she said she wanted to become a circus performer," end quote. Her friends convinced her to join the track and field team in the 1st grade, but she quit after one practice and told her mom that she didn't know running would make her sweat so much. She said that she'd rather be a Girl Scout instead, so that she could stay inside to learn new things and work on arts and crafts. She adored being a Girl Scout and was actually wearing her bright green Girl Scout uniform on the evening she went missing. 6 months before Morgan went missing, her parents had divorced, although it was said to be an amicable split. They were still on good terms, and there was no extreme custody battle. She was seemingly a normal, happy 6-year-old. She learned to read by reading her little brother bedtime stories. Morgan went missing on June 9th, 1995. It was a very hot and humid Friday. That day, Colleen, the mom, made grilled cheese at home for dinner for the 3 kids, and then she and Morgan drove to Alma, Arkansas, which was only about 30 minutes away. They were headed to a Little League baseball game that a family friend had invited them to. this was supposed to be like a fun getaway girls' night. The baseball game was a late one. It started at about 9 p.m. Colleen and Morgan found their friends and sat down in the bleachers. Morgan eventually got bored and started a game with her mom. She would untie her mom's shoes, and every time her mom would retie them, Morgan would giggle and untie them again. Later in the game, two kids that Morgan knew invited her to go play with them in the parking lot behind the bleachers to catch fireflies. The kids were 8-year-old Jessica and 10-year-old Ty. Morgan's mother was hesitant because she was not very familiar with the area. It was her first time being in Alma. But ultimately she agreed to it because they knew the children and it was not that far away where they wanted to play. This was around 10:30 p.m. About 15 minutes later, at 10:45 p.m., the game ended. But when Colleen turned to call for Morgan, she did not see her. However, she saw the two other kids approaching the bleachers, Jessica and Ty. Colleen went up to them and asked, "Where was Morgan?" She said they did not seem concerned at all. The children explained that they walked to Colleen's car when they were done playing to get sand out of their shoes. Morgan was standing behind the car, and she told them that she was going to wait at the car for her mom. So the two kids walked away. Colleen did not see her daughter near her car, and so she continued to ask questions. Jessica explained that while they were all playing, they had noticed a man watching them from a distance, leaning on a red pickup truck that had a white camper shell on the back of it. He spoke to them, but they couldn't remember what he had said. The man was described as white, about 6 foot tall, 180 pounds, with dark hair, a mustache, and short beard. After hearing this, a bystander called the police, who arrived immediately, and they started a search based off the description of this man. Colleen refused to leave Alma for the next 6 weeks while she searched for her daughter. She stayed at the volunteer fire station that was right across from the ballpark, and the investigation started immediately. Police interviewed friends and family, as well as 300 people who attended the Little League game. Within just a few days, state police and the FBI became involved. Helicopters, canines, and hundreds of searchers on foot searched the town. At first, the police chief, Jeff Pointer, said that Morgan had probably just wandered off and would return soon. But as reports kept coming in from citizens regarding other attempted child abductions, the situation became much more serious in the eyes of police. Earlier that same day of the kidnapping, a mother stated that a man driving a red pickup truck had attempted to lure her 4-year-old daughter in outside of a laundromat. Another report said that a man attempted to lure a 9-year-old girl into a gas station bathroom. This man in both of these stories fit the description. The police began to theorize that Morgan fell victim to human sex trafficking, and that this man was a professional kidnapper, which is just so horrifying. But unfortunately, that is very real. where someone will go around and snatch young people, specifically young girls, to sell into the human trafficking ring. And it's very real and it's very scary and it can happen to anybody, so please be careful when you're out and about. So this was police's main theory, considering this supposedly same man had been seen just that same day with 2 other kids. The police did follow some leads. Within the first few weeks of the case, several tips came in, and 2 weeks after Morgan's disappearance, a man named Albert Harvey called the police and told them he'd been working in his garden on Saturday morning when he witnessed a man attempt to break into his truck. When Albert saw him, the man had been dragging a small blonde girl by the arm. But before Albert could react, the man had spotted him and ran off with the girl. The police immediately went to this area and blocked off the area 6 miles in every direction. The search ensued for 16 hours, but nothing was found. The police then became suspicious of Albert's story and brought him in for a formal interview. He failed 2 polygraph tests and in the end ultimately admitted that he made the whole story up. Police were devastated as they wasted a lot of time and money on this lead. After this, 17 Arkansas State Police officers were sent to Alma to aid the 8 investigators who were already working on the case. They started sorting through the over 200 tips that they had received. They went through every person in the surrounding towns that owned a red pickup truck, but again, this led to nothing. It was said that Morgan's little brother Logan was very upset with this situation. Obviously, I believe he was 3 at the time of the disappearance. He blamed his mother, Colleen, saying that she, quote, lost, end quote, his little sister, and he demanded that she go and pick her up immediately. He said that he worried the people she was with were not being nice to her, that they could be yelling at her or refusing to take her out for pizza, which is just heartbreaking. That crushed me when I first read that. In 1996, Colleen started the Morgan Nick Foundation, which focuses on bringing Morgan as well as other missing children home. It also focuses on educating people about the dangers of abductions, and it supports laws being written for child safety. In January of 2001, the police released an update on the composite sketch of Morgan's abductor. In February of the same year, an age-progressed photo of Morgan was released, showing what she would look like at age 12. In August, her case was featured on the show Unsolved Mysteries. In 2002, a tip brought police to Logan County, Arkansas, where they extensively searched a property, but nothing was found. No further information about this tip can be found. In 2010, the FBI searched a vacant home in Spiro, Oklahoma. It had been occupied by a man who had been in jail for child molestation. However, they could not connect him to Morgan's case either. And I really hate to say this, but that is all we know about this case. It really, really bothers me because it seems like everybody took this very seriously from the moment she went missing. I mean, the same day they had, well, the next morning technically, since it happened so late, but they had dogs, helicopters, everything. I feel terrible for Colleen. I can't imagine what she went through and what she's still currently going through. I mean, obviously we kind of can assume it was the man in the red pickup truck, but how he stayed so under the radar, or off the radar, however that goes, is crazy. Like, how does he just